What's up guys, welcome to another video. My name is Darren Douglas. Thanks again for joining me. Today we'll be doing another episode of Edit with Me. Now in this episode of Edit with Me, we'll be editing a photo in Photoshop, right? It's not the typical kind of edit that you will see, but I have decided to try something new, and I will just want to share with you today how I went about getting this result. Alright guys, so stay tuned. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to be notified when another video drop. Alright, so stay tuned. Now first we will import a photo, and this photograph I took some years ago, I think probably 3 years ago. So I'll just use this photo for just this purpose. Now after you import the photo in Photoshop, you grab the quick selection tool and you will select a section of her. Well, in this case we'll be selecting her face. Now after you get the face selected, the best way possible, as good as you can get it, then the next thing you will do is to mask the face out. So once you get the face masked as best as possible, you will grab that tool there, right? And you will just select half of her face. Now after selecting half of her face, you are going to duplicate that layer. Duplicate the layer and then inverse the mask of that duplicate. Now once you have done that, you realize that you have two halves of a face on different layers. Now the next thing I'll do is I'll grab the type tool and I'll just, alright, so let me just say symmetry, because I think this is symmetrical or asymmetrical, maybe some will think. Alright, so I just write symmetry here and I try to find the half of the face. You can also enable and disable the layer just to see where the half of the face would stand, and then just size it appropriately, just to fit within the range of that mask area of the body, the face in this case. Right. So this is pretty simple. I mean, once you know what you're doing, once you know what you're looking for, then you will have no issue, have no problem getting the result that I have gotten from doing this. Alright, so after you are comfortable with the text and you're comfortable with your mask face, it's time to shift the text between the two layers of the face that you have already created. So it is important that you put the text below the layer of the face that is on that same side of that the text is on, right? So as you can see here, that's what I did. I put the symmetry text below the left hand side of the face. Now after you have done that, you will also clip that layer to the text layer. Create a clipping mask, clipping that layer to the text layer. Now what I basically it's okay as is, but I want to also create a background and to also add nice details to it. So I create a background layer and In this case, it's sort of a maroon color. I mean, I don't, who knows color? That's definitely not a man thing to really, you know the specifics of the colors. Alright, so after I have found a color, I realize that my mask is not ideal, it's not perfect. So, clean that up if you want to. But this is just for demonstration purposes, of course. So, I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing that. Alright, so once you're satisfied with what your mask looks like again, then you will go on and create. So what you can do here, as I have done, is that I have created a stroke around the side of that face, that visible side of the face, so to give it some depth, right? So I'll create a stroke around that side of the face, and also I will create a drop shadow. Creating a stroke around, a white stroke around that side, the visible side of the face, gives it, separates it a lot more from the background. And also the drop shadow, helps with that. So once you're satisfied with your color and the color stroke, and you are satisfied with your drop shadow, I'm sort of a perfectionist, and because of that, sometimes I spend extensive time on something that doesn't really matter much. So with the background, what I'll do also, I will create a gradient for the background color. So once you're satisfied creating that gradient, the direction of the gradient, once you're satisfied with it, and it's time to move on. Well, what I did here, I cropped the photo into a 4:5 ratio, which is suitable for Instagram. It's a suitable ratio for Instagram. Satisfied with that crop? What I also did was I grouped the layers that I want to move together. Right, so all of the layers, from the text layer to the mask, the two different sides of the face, the mask sides of the face, I put all those in one group. So once I make an edit, or if I plan to move, I can just move the entire thing together. So here what I'm doing, I'm scaling up the side, the entire edit. Now scaling this up, you will notice that there are still some small details that need cleaning up. I am going to use that mask and edit it again. Select the brush tool, select the mask, and I'll just brush away some of that fragments. Right. So guys, once you have, done all the necessary touches that you feel comfortable with, you will be left with an image just like this. Guys, tell me if you like this. If you like it, just share that in the comments. If you think that there's something else that I could have done to this image to make it even pop even more, then you can also share that. If you think that this is just not good enough and I need improvement, I also take comments like those. So guys, yeah man, remember now to like this video, share it, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when another video drop. Thanks again for joining me in another episode of Edit with me. Alright guys, peace out until next time. Big up.